Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Trails from Zero. It's a new day during the anniversary festival, so that means two things. One, we have to do our rounds across the city once again, just to see what the new texts are. With the thing that we do note that the tourists will probably still have the same text, that's determining who is a tourist and who isn't. That's gonna be the hard part. And the second thing is, we know that somewhere today we're gonna be able to take our last picture for the one quest we still have open. I don't know where, but I'm gonna assume it's on location we haven't been able to get to yet. So I have to keep that in mind. So for now, let's see what kind of new requests we have. And then just start doing our rounds and any quests we come across. There's a message on the bulletin board. I got a meeting I've got to attend to at headquarters. I'll be back soon, but go ahead and get to work in the meantime. Yes, sir. Nothing here for us to interact with? Like secret mission papers? Alright, so we got an urgent, which is of course the main story. Exposing the counterfeit dealers. I know you guys are capable of, so I'd like to request the SS help. Let's discuss the details in person. Please come to the first floor conference room at police headquarters. From, of course, 2nd Division, Donovan. And yes, so this is going to be interesting, but that means that the police office is again going to be one of the final locations we're going to go to in town today. Mine monster cleanup. Mayor Bixton. Monsters have started emerging from deep within Maine's mine. Due to the festival, many miners are out of town and we can't deal with the situation, so things are starting to get out of hand. Can you please lend us a hand in exterminating the monsters? Yes, we can. A stalker investigation, troop leader Avan at Arkansas Levant. Someone has been stalking Ilya lately. I want to request an investigation into the issue and ask that appropriate countermeasures are put in place. Please, contact the troop for more details. I want this done as discreetly as possible. I'm counting on you. I challenge, I imagine. Old America Road monster extermination. A state government, a dangerous monster, Sepid demon, has been sighted on Old America Road. We ask that the support section deal with this threat swiftly. Beware, its breath can inflict burns. Use appropriate equipment to resist it. Which is, of course, a very wise thing to say. I don't know if it's on the new pieces we got, because I know we matched up a lighter and a cooler, so we could check in a moment. Oh, we have a request from the 2nd Division. Exposing the counterfeit dealers. What exactly does it entail? Now that I think about it, ain't this the first time the department has sent us such an important looking mission? Maybe they finally come to appreciate our hard work, huh? Well, it's not an impossibility. I'm more inclined to believe this is an odd job that they are pushing onto us. Well, it doesn't matter now. Let's go hear the details from Inspector Donovan. If everything goes well, maybe the other divisions will start to warm up to us. Hopefully, once we're ready to head out, let's make our way over to the administrative district. That is so true, because the more we do, the better we do, the more high profile our cases become, and at some point, they will have to acknowledge us. They just have to. Alright, let's go to the roof, just in case. I want to see if the cat doesn't want anything. Because it should be once per chapter. Shh, Sight is sleepy, so this is best you leave him alone right now. That also means us. Even us need to leave him alone every once in a while. Alright, where to first? I am inclined to go for some of the side quests first, but we need to go everywhere anyway, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Alright. By the way, you heard yet? It seemed like Arios is back in Crossbell. Damn, the crowd this year is the biggest I've ever seen. Even a workaholic like him couldn't avoid coming back for all this. Seems even old Arios going back home. Well, given the crowd this year, he probably didn't have much of a choice. Anything new? Because we did improve our equipment where it was possible and useful. Man, love that kind of stuff. Yesterday, the two of us went and walked around the festive harbor district. Despite those folk of the language causing some trouble, it was a pretty good time. Which is a tourist, but this is definitely a different tax than we had on the previous day. You know what? I'm just gonna try to be certain and talk to everyone, but I think maybe what you guys meant were tourists outside of town, not in town. In town, probably everyone has something different because the events happened in town, so I should have noticed that. We'll see, we'll see. Like I said, we have plenty of people to talk to. The Zamurian Railroad Corporation is organizing some kind of stamp rally. Oh, you don't know about it? It's an event where you can travel across the continent and gather stamps at designated locations. That's the Railroad Corporation for you, always pleasing my train-loving heart. I really want to participate in a stamp rally one day. I mean, doesn't playing a game while on vacation help you appreciate it more? Appreciate it more? I don't know, but it does give you something to do if you're in a location where you're not familiar with. And that makes it a bit more fun as well. Oh, I'm not sure if I can handle much more of this walking. We should have at least hired a chauffeur to drive us around. Oh no, my wife's starting to get cranky again. Isn't walking around one of the charms of a festival like this? Anyway, I doubt we could even use a car right now, seeing how cramped the city is. Yeah, well, you could probably drive around the town in a car, but it would not be appreciated and the police might stop you. Well, there are way more tourists coming through Crossbell than usual, but freight traffic has stayed about the same. Sadly, that means my schedule hasn't freed up any. Yeah, you just keep it on working, I guess, then. Well, I'd be happy that doesn't increase at least. I work for a Calvadian news agency. The editor-in-chief sent me out here to cover the internationally famous anniversary festival. But anyway, the stage is set and my camera is ready to go. Oh, if there's one thing I've learned in my career, it's that photos of the various food stalls will always be a hit with the readers. You guys know any streets where I can take some especially great photos? Yeah, it is actually kind of true, because when I go on vacations and there are markets and stuff like that, there's always that I'm looking around for where there is nice food, because if you are in a new country, you want to try the local dishes, and those pictures always help, and you go to those locations based upon the pictures you see, so yeah. I can get why they are so especially popular. Alright, I guess we're gonna go to the medical college. And I don't think we need to walk. Because the only thing we have on the road is the extermination request, and I don't think it's here. Ellie! What a pleasant surprise! Belle? What are you doing in St. Ursula? Oh, nothing much. I just accompany my father here, that's all. Mr. Croix? Is he sick? I doubt that's the case. He's doing his usual thing, right? That's right. If you ask the receptionist, I'm sure you'll find out what it is. Also, I'm sure my father would appreciate a visit from you all. And of all times, of course he had to do it when we're swamped with meetings. I suppose this is one of the virtues, few as they are. And I guess I'm not against indulging him. He is my father after all. You might complain, but even so, you still accompany him every year. Well, it just so happens that I'm not busy whenever he goes, that's all. Is he doing dress up like something for the anniversary festival? Cause they say once a year. Or is it an annual checkup of some kind? Oh, father is far too late. What does he think he's doing, making me wait? I even remind him that we have a meeting in 30 minutes. Well, if I see him, I'll point him in the right direction. Ah, welcome to St. Ursula's Hospital. The car in the parking lot is amazing. Isn't it one of those fancy limousines? Yeah, I guess being rich means driving in luxury too. Of course, if you have the money, why don't you flaunt it? It's not something I would do, but I can understand if people would. I do hope that one day I get to figure it out if I would do that or not. At the moment, not so much. I've heard that this hospital has equipment that can automatically assess a person's health. Honestly, with the exhaustion I build up, I'm doing the housework day in, day out. I'd love to do a checkup. Okay, that's definitely the same. The most important thing to remember when traveling is to enjoy the cultural uniqueness of a country you're visiting. For example, famous hospitals like this are perfect sightseeing spots, with all the research labs and people. Yeah, so I'm guessing it is the people on the outside, the tourists, that are the same in the outer towns. But yeah, know me, I will not even recognize who is fixed personnel and who are the tourists unless they have a sign above the head saying so. Oh, there are quite a few patients that request leave from the hospital, if only for the anniversary festival. But due to their illnesses and the fact that they need to periodically check on by doctors, they're usually declined. I understand that they want to have fun at the festival, but I can't really do anything for them, as much as I like to. Yeah, health comes before fun. Oh, hey Flora. I got a question about one of the latest lecture points. What the heck? Don't read that kind of stuff while eating. Why? It'll be a waste of time not to study a bit while eating. Tasty. I'm sure, but looking at autopsy photos while eating, I think I'm going to be sick. How's she able to stomach her food looking at all that stuff? Well, if you are going to be a surgeon of some kind, you're going to look at those things all the time. You might as well get used to it, right? If I followed standard eating times, I'd never get anything done. This has become way of life ever since I was able to observe surgeries. Yes. Oh, I thought this hospital food was going to be light and unappetizing, and boy was I wrong. Have you met my niece, Marone? She's a lifesaver, cleaning dormitories as thoroughly as she does. Once I heard about how much free time she had, I offered her a job right here and then. Keeping things neat and tidy is her specialty, so make her one of my cleaners was a no-brainer. I'm sure if it's the standard cleaner here, then yes, we have met her a couple of times. What else do you have? Wall clock, oh yeah, we got that last time. 100%. It's way too expensive to just randomly buy it just because we can. Yeah, and the battlescopes we have... You know what? Might as well rest while we're here, why not? Just to get the last bit of CP out of it. Just in case, somewhere along the line we accidentally find the exterminated monster. Then we at least are ready. Oh, this building is where all the doctors and nurses live. Living together with all your co-workers sounds like a blast, don't you think? Yes, it is. Ah, Chief Ursuline is out working in the hospital, and I'm here in the dorms. I can say this happens very often. It is rare that I get to take any time off like this. I'd better soak up all the rest while I still can. Chief Ursuline is out working in the hospital, and I'm here in the dorm. Yeah, this is true. Usually during this time of day, she is still napping. You know, it's not very polite to enter someone's room without their permission. If this is an emergency, would you kindly move along? I know it's not very polite, but we are the police. We're just making sure you're okay. I keep saying that to everyone, and so far we haven't had any issues, so let's hope it doesn't start here with the doctors. Can't you read? This is the women's dormitory. No men allowed. Well, I wish that was true. Unfortunately, you can't get to the research ward without going through the dormitories. Well, Well, you could go through the hospital, but it's a lot of a bigger walk. Oh, I had the day off yesterday, but because of Sharon and her hijinks, I'm absolutely exhausted. I swear, that girl is bad for my heart. You never know what she's going to get up to next. Well, crazy as it was, I feel like I was able to let off a good amount of steam. So maybe it wasn't too bad of a day after all. Yeah, and you did a good thing. Helping out the one person that is so accident prone. Because even those people need to have a fun day at the festival. Yesterday, Cecile and the other nurses took over our shifts, so we got the day off. I got to stroll around Crossbell City with Maifa all day thanks to them. It was a complete blast. Yeah, we saw you there and you were a little bit clumsy, but other than that, I think it was a good day. I've got nothing but respect for the doctors and nurses working here. They bend over backwards day after day for their patients. I might just be the cleaning guy, but I want to pitch in as much as I can too. You see, even once back in the hospital, you let me know, okay? Yeah, we gotta have respect for the people cleaning as well, because even though they don't have the knowledge or the ability to heal people, if they didn't clean, the doctors wouldn't be able to do their work, so they're almost just as important. Even if they don't get paid that much. The roof is so big that I managed to fit a whole another building on top of it. That's amazing! If you climbed atop the reservoir, would you be able to see Crossbell City? You probably would. Oh, you took the first day of the festival off, didn't you, Cecile? How was it? I had a blast. After going to see Arcacil with Lloyd, I went to eat with Ilya and some other friends. Oh, I'm glad you had a good time. What do you think about this, Shizuku? I can't take any more time off this year, but would you like to go to the festival with me next year? We can go with Lloyd, Arios, and everyone else. Doesn't that sound fun? Yes, please. I would love that. Next year, let's go to the festival with Lloyd, Arios, and everyone else, okay? Yes, please. I would love that. No talking? No way? Alright, that's fine. No extra commuters? This hospital is really huge. But not as huge as my house. Yeah, I remember you. Very much bragging. Entertainment is hard to come by in a lifeless place like this. How utterly dull. Normally I attend parties every night and have entertainment district hostesses look after my every need during the anniversary festival. If I tried to feel one of the nurses, the nurse administrator would have my head. Yes, and then some, and rightfully so. So, don't even think about that. The anniversary festival parade is tomorrow. I wish I could go see it with Shizuku, but I doubt that's gonna happen. Maybe next year. If only I could see the parade with Shizuku. I wonder if there could be a side quest that we entertain the little kids here in the hospital because they aren't capable of going to the anniversary festival? If that was the case, that would be amazing. I'm doing a little observation here at St. Ursula to get a feel of how the doctors operate, for future reference. It is easy to understand how they became so renowned in their respective fields, seeing how exact and efficient they are. Alright. Oh, the nurses have been very kind to me during my stay. Some have their quirks, sure, but they're all very nice girls. Yeah, and I think we know who she means with quirks. Oh, so Dr. Gunther is single, huh? I'm no doctor, but I'm sure I can fill that hole in his heart. Hey, go for it. If something else could fill his heart except fishing, I think that would be a definite improvement. Oh, to be honest, I really like to take just one more day off tomorrow. That's when the parade's hitting the streets after all. You can't say you truly experienced the anniversary festival without seeing it. I'm jealous of you police officers. You're probably able to use work as an excuse to go watch the parade, huh? Hey, we never abuse our power like that. Probably. They're gonna watch the thing tomorrow, right? Under the guise of protecting the citizens. Oh, I'd love to see the parade tomorrow, but if duty calls, duty calls. That is true, even for us. Oh, Cecile? Oh, I believe she went to Shizuku's room. I worry that Shizuku is too self-restrained for her age at times. I imagine losing her mother so young forced her to grow up way too fast. I believe it would do her good to loosen up and be as full of exuberance and silliness as a little girl should be. I imagine losing her mother so young forced Shizuku to grow up way too fast. Yes, I think you're right. Probably even more than that. Ah, so, are you enjoying the anniversary festival? I know I am. I just found a new fishing hole yesterday and boy, have I hit a gold mine. I plan to run over there as soon as I can. Huh? Aren't you in the middle of work? Well, yes, but a friend, and keep that from the other doctors, alright? We're gonna have a new quest of finding him again, isn't it? Oh, and just for the record, I did finish all the work I had to take care of today, so it doesn't really count as playing hooky. I got my duties squared away, and now I've earned me some fishing time. You can't argue with that logic, right? If that's really how you feel, then why need to go under everyone's radar? Because if you're a doctor, you're in the hospital, and someone needs help, you are gonna be called even if you're off. So yeah, you're trying to avoid that at all costs. Is this guy really some great doctor? I'm not sure if I buy that. Oh, and just off the record, I finished all the work I had to take care of today. Oh, handing out risky magazines is my special way of greeting someone. Dr. Gunther seems more than happy with my gift. He's a personable fellow, well, alright. And why don't you give us one of those magazines? For research purposes, of course. Nothing else. Trust me. Mr. Croix? Oh, hello everyone. I certainly wasn't expecting to run into you here of all places. No one was hurt while I'm on duty, I hope? No, nothing like that. What about you? Are you injured, sir? Oh, I don't think we need to worry about that. Despite having so much on his plate as the IBC CEO already, Uncle Dieter put his heart into many philanthropic projects throughout Crossbell. One of those being an annual tradition where he gives presents to those hospitalized at St. Ursula. If they can't enjoy the anniversary festival, I bring some joy to them instead, he always says. Wow. You call it philanthropy, but there's hardly that much mirror involved, Ellie. It is simply a gift from me to them. I slip out of work to do things like this every now and then. Some may call it self-indulgence, or believe me foolish for taking the time away from my job, but this is an irrevocable part of who I am. Whoa. I didn't think a guy like him could get so fired up. Agreed. For as charming and unruffled as he has been with us, he clearly has a more serious side to look out for as well. One might call what I'm doing philanthropy, but I'm hardly parting with a whole lot of mirror. It's just a nice hobby of mine after all. And while a hobby it is, Maribel never fails to indulge me in it. I'm incredibly thankful to her and the others for supporting my little outings. I know we have a tight ship to run at the IBC. I hope I can give back to them in a way that expresses even a fraction of the gratitude I feel. After everything we've seen throughout Trails from Zero, Dieter does come over as a nice person. I have to say. Oh, I was on the edge of my seat during yesterday's race in Downtown District. So much so that I fell flat on my face in the excitement. I wasn't even in the race. That's why I'm here actually. Wait a second. Does it mean we indirectly landed this guy in the hospital? Well, I try not to think about it too hard, Randy. Oh, I might have gotten hurt during the race, but that's on me for being a total klutz. Important thing is, I had fun, right? Man, it would be awesome if they made the yearly tradition out of it. 100% in agreement. They could make sure that it's a little bit more safer for the surrounding people, but the event itself would be perfect as a yearly thing. Oh, I've worked at St. Ursula for a while now, and this is always the busiest time of year. As you might expect, the staff here doesn't have much time to rest. I remember feeling like the luckiest girl in the world when I had the opening day of the festival off. You probably was. Oh hey, don't try to slough that cold off to me. I'd appreciate if you and your germ took several steps back. Is it talking to me or the old man next to her? Oh, Jojo, my poor throat. Looked like someone passed their cold on to me. Oh yeah, she's definitely talking about him. Every year Mr. Croix donates enough presents to give one to all of our patients. It blows me away each time, especially when I see them smiles on our patients' faces. Mr. Croix is truly the most generous man I know. Yeah. And even if it's just PR, which it doesn't seem like it is still a very nice gesture, it is. Oh my, Mr. Croix, on behalf of everyone here at St. Ursula Medical College, thank you for visiting us again this year. I'm sure the patient will be absolutely delighted. Oh, it's my pleasure, I assure you. Just figured I'd stop by and see how Crossbell's favorite hospital is doing. And only hospital. Well, at this time. Yeah, I wonder if we come back later or tomorrow or something like that. If then everyone would have their presents. That would be really nice detail. Apparently my son took part in the uproar that happened in Crossbell yesterday. Thanks to the police, it was resolved without any incidents, but I swear it's going to worry me into a heart attack if he keeps this up. For as much as I give him a stern talking to, my hands are simply too tied with work. I'm a pathetic excuse for a father. Maybe a little bit. But we as the police, we are trying to, let's just say, decriminalize the two gangs. That they still compete with each other, but in a more acceptable way. Where am I? Oh, that's right. So for today's lecture, we'll be reviewing the inner structure of quartz utilized within medical equipment. Excuse me, miss, we aren't your students. I think you're still half asleep. Does explain why she's still here this early in the day. Oh, you're not? Oh, I'm sorry, but outsiders aren't allowed during lectures. You aren't in a place where you can give lectures. Oh, I had my practical training yesterday. I thought I nailed it, but Dr. Lago wasn't impressed apparently, judging by the B he gave me. Dang, the road to becoming a capable doctor who can hold her own amongst all the men in this field might be an even steeper one than I imagined. I was sure it deserved an easy A+ on my recent practical exam. Everything was perfect. There wasn't a single answer I didn't know. But to go and get a B-, looked like I have to hit the books even harder to make up for that complete dud. I let Gwen take the lead on the internal medicine examination the other day, though that may not have been my best decision. I can criticize her skills and knowledge, but she lacks, let us say, proper bedside manner. And that's something she's gonna have to learn if she ever hopes to reach the standard we have for our residents. To accurately assess the specific of a disease, one must be able to build a rapport with their patients. Gwen still has much to learn when it comes to that, I'm afraid. So it's not something she got wrong in her knowledge, just the way she approached the patients were not up to your standards, which, let's be honest, it's a job where you handle people that are going through so many different things. Yes, you do have to have some degree of bedside manners. Does that have to be perfect? No, but you do have to understand where they're coming from. Oh, and of all times, of course you had to do it when we're swamped with meetings. Yeah, and he's still busy. He's almost done. Alright, back to the city. It also means that we don't need to go to the resting area when we go to the America village, is it? Yeah, definitely. Alright, one exit has been done. Perfect. All these freaking couples walking everywhere. Maybe they take a balloon. I can get them to stop holding hands. Jealous a little bit? Oh, yesterday I stayed over at a friend's house and we had the pillow fight all night long. And gee, it was so much fun. I really loved the festival. Would you like some hamburgers? Don't feel pressured though, but if you want some, just let me know. I would love the recipe though. Oh, it's hard to resist the tempting smell of popcorn, so sales are up. Please be careful not to tip over the bag, okay? It'll all come spilling out. Maybe it's a good thing that we can't smell what we're playing. At least in this case. I had popcorn yesterday too, but it was so good I just had to have more. I can't believe you can make this from regular old corn. Isn't that crazy? Well, it's the festival. I think for these few days you're allowed to, let's say, spoil yourself a little bit. I've been touring all over the city food stalls with Mimi since yesterday. After I missed getting those Arkansas tickets, she really wanted. This is at least the thing I can do to make it up for her. I wish I could get a ticket for you and your girl. I really do. All orbital vehicles must keep to their speed limit. Pedestrians, please make your way for vehicles to ensure your safety. Yes, you do not want to be driven over. Oh, hello there. I was stopping by for a bite. We started to really focus on pulling in customers after all. There's no better time than now, is there? The department store was the coolest thing in the world. I've been to my fair share of stores, but I've never been in one that massive. Yeah, we'll get in there eventually. Well, I actually ate here yesterday too, but it was just as delicious the second time. Should I try some junk food next? I think that actually gets you a valid point. If you go out to a restaurant when you're on vacation or just on a random trip and you like what they serve, really love it, if you go back there a second time during your trip, even though there are plenty of other food establishments, is that a bad thing? Personally, I do that all the time. If I go to a new place, I eat a lot of different restaurants or simple stalls and stuff like that. But if I find one that I really like, I do tend to go back there at least a second time. And why not? If it's good, it's good. Oh, the department store is having a sale. Pops, let's have a look. I'd rather avoid thinking about business during the festival. So is it a no for getting into the store? This year's festival is much more extravagant than previous years. I'd say it's representative of Crossbell's flourishing economy, wouldn't you? It's a festival, it has to be a little bit extravagant. It should be no surprise that most of my customers are young ladies. Most girls just love their sweets after all. Well, I like sweets as well, really. If I had to choose between sweets and crisps, I probably would still pick crisps, but that doesn't mean I don't like sweets. Oh, if all I do is eat festival food, I'm totally gonna get fat, no question. Yeah, then stop eating if it's a concern. Oh, it's fine, don't worry about it. All we gotta do is go on a diet as soon as the festival's over, you know? We only live once, so we got to snack now while we still can. At this department store, we offer a countless number of genuine Crossbell-made goods. They're also perfect as souvenirs for tourists. If you'd like, please come take a look. We'll always have a little look-see, just in case. Oh, I was talking to Estelle, this brace who came to Crossbell recently, and apparently she's also a huge fan of the Striker Corporation sneakers. Jogging is a big hobby of mine, and I have a massive weakness for sneakers. I can't believe a little sneaker talk would lead to me hitting it off so well with a customer. Yeah, oh, she definitely likes her Stragger brand. I should be careful not to mix up business with personal affairs, but what can I say? Finding a fellow enthusiast is such a thrill. Oh, Cynthia's the kind of woman a lot of us wish we could be, so most of her friends do tend to be fellow girls. I wish I could ask her about any relationship with guys though. Want a little bit of tips for handling your boyfriend? Oh, our fruit platter is a major hit. When it comes to any sort of house party, no prep, delicious results. By all means, please come and have a look. Alright, do we actually have it? Maybe if I can make it with all the ingredients here. Maps of Crossbell and bus timetables have been in high demand as of yesterday. I wonder if people are looking to visit regions outside of the city. Well, I suppose foreigners are looking to get as much fun out of Crossbell as they can during the festival. Apparently, some are even interested in touring around the regions outside of the city. Which, why not? If they are here for, let's say, expanding their knowledge, they should very well do that. There was a guy there. I did think I saw something in the corner of my eye. Well, by the time my sister, Sarone, came home yesterday, it was already late into the evening. After all this time, she finally got a day off, and yet we only got to see each other during dinner. She probably just forgot. She is indeed extremely clumsy. Oh, if I let my mom go shopping alone, she'd probably loiter around the department store all day. That's why Dad made it my responsibility to ensure Mom gets back home. It honestly becomes such a big issue for our family that I have no choice but to keep an eye on her. Oh, my keen accomplished me on my shopping trip without belly aching at all. I've been blessed with a great son. No, you've been blessed with a responsible one. Around break time, Cynthia likes to come over and see what my new running shoes we have. Jogging is a great exercise for any young woman looking to stay in top shape. It is true though. Oh, welcome. How are we all doing today? Are you planning on sightseeing around the festival too? That sounds like a lot of fun. Consider me jealous. I would love to go out there and get my party on, but unfortunately I'm stuck here with work to do. Hey, I know how it feels, sometimes you just have to work. Oh, since it's the anniversary festival, I've decided to buy my wife a gift. I've had the idea in mind for quite some time actually. But what would be a good gift, I wonder? Something you pick out with love. That will definitely help. I've heard there was a rowdy fight in the downtown district. For goodness sake, I wish they realized the trouble they're making for the locals down there. We handled it and it wasn't too bad, let's be honest. Oh, foreigners have some fascinatingly unique styles of dresses. From running this boutique, I found there's a trove of knowledge I can learn from tourists. Are you talking about the bracers here in town? Particularly Estelle and Joshua? Maybe. Because I can imagine there's a little bit of a different style there. Oh, you see, I don't particularly care for a large crowd of people. In that regard, this store is quite comfortable to me. Not to mention the air conditioning. I find myself losing track in here. Yes. I wish I was in an air-conditioned store at the moment as well. That would be perfect. Damn it, Wendy. Can you believe she tried to assault a customer of all things? Apparently this isn't the first time either. I heard she was quite the record from back when this place was still a factory. Good grief. What kind of thing was that so-called teacher of hers teaching? Alright, what was the cause of this? I wonder. Oh, that shocked me. The girl that counted next to Chaco tried to hit a customer with a spanner. Granted, he was being obnoxious, but still. Is Chaco going to be alright under such a brutal superior? Was it Anton? Maybe. Oh, self-oscillating function? Well, that's Crossbell for you. Everything they have is a bleeding edge and top of the line. All my friends decide to get together and go to Michelin today. Oh, I wish I could go on too. If only I didn't have to work. A customer tried hitting on me earlier. This guy was just completely oblivious to all the other customers around and the fact I'm on the job. I almost stuck him in the face. I get what you mean, Wendy, but you can't just go hitting customers in the face. Hey, I actually didn't hit him, Lloyd. Since the store's packed with people, I threw him out as quickly as I could. I just wish dolls like him would take a hint when it's blatantly clear I'm too busy for this crap. Definitely, Anton. What's with all the noise downstairs? Did something happen? Yeah, Anton was learning another lesson. Alright, let's go to the restaurant. This is quite good. As a former chef, I am pretty picky and I've got no complaints about this dish. I'm free to focus on simply savoring its flavor. Hey Dad, are you enjoying yourself? I'm really glad we decided to make reservations in advance. Yeah, especially for a festival like this, it is always wise to reserve. The anniversary special meal? Well, if it's only available during the festival, how can I not give it a try? What's it gonna be? Is it gonna be something really special, or there's something that's there always just with a different name? Because naming something special does entice people to get it. Oh, looks like a lot of stores are employing that limited time offer tactic to get more sales. Honestly, if it's so great, why not just leave it for sale year round? All this limited time bullcrap does make it annoying when you miss out. FOMO is a definite thing. It's great that we have gotten so many customers, but the shipment of ingredients that was supposed to come in this morning still hasn't arrived. It seems all the crowds here for the anniversary festival are causing trouble for the couriers. But that trouble just ends up trickling down to us. I gotta come up with some kind of solution. Yeah, well, if you need any help, you know where to find the SSS. Out of nowhere, Brown just decided we needed to completely change the menu. Does he really think I can make some new dish after hearing the instructions only once? Damn it, I wish I was out there having fun. Our ingredient delivery is really late today, so we run out of the stuff we need to make lunches A through C. The temporary solution we came up with was to take everything we still have and combine it into a new anniversary festival only menu. We call it the Anniversary Special. Quite a brilliant idea, huh? Order it while you still can. So basically giving everybody leftovers. That is what he's saying, isn't it? Alright, let's go to West. And I think I'm gonna leave the episode here. And next time we're gonna, of course, do this district first. Then go to the police academy, Bellegarde Gate. And then, of course, continue whatever we can find here. So for now, I'm gonna wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time as we continue with our, I think this is the 3rd day of the anniversary in Crossbell. Still much more to see, still much more to do. See you then, bye bye.